Welcome to Geek Speak Live.
Hello! It's another Friday night. Ginger with a long week. This is my co-hostess with the mostest, Mr. Wade Copson on the pots and the pans.
Wade Copson on the pots and pans. G'day everyone, how are you?
I am your co-host. I'm your host, actually, not the co-host, Mr. Todd Bailey.
All of a sudden, the energy that you had just gone, oh, I'm Dean Martin now. I'm just going to...
I've had a couple this afternoon. It's been a long week.
All of a sudden, the excitement and power that you had has just drained
You
from
know
your
what
body.
it was? We were singing just before the show. We were in here with a good mate of ours who's off camera and doesn't want to come on camera tonight. But anyway, we were in here singing. We're going through retro tunes from the 80s and 90s, weren't we?
Yep.
I think it's a bit of Robert Palmer, a bit of Mr. Big to Be With You,
Yes.
Ginger's favourite song.
Yes.
And suddenly we got onto things like Cows with Guns. Who else remembers that one out there? Do you remember that? Well, you do, because you were singing along to it.
Chickens in choppers.
And one of my all-time favourites, Dennis Leary, Arsehole. And I don't know, I'm just in that mindset now. I can sit here and sing a bit of Dennis Leary, but I won't.
We might get pinged for multiple things.
My wife will be pinging me, go, do not sing Dennis
Shush.
Leary on the show.
Stop saying stuff.
Who else has tuned in there tonight? I can't, my thing is playing up my...
Facebook has changed completely how you watch us now.
So make sure you comment there and say, hey, we're tuning in and watching, because we can't see all the stuff that we normally used to see on here. It's oh, actually, no, I lied. Now it's come good. Porrig is watching. Hello, Porrig.
Hey, dude.
He said, first Friday night I get to see you guys live. Aren't you in for some disappointment?
Yes.
Tell you what we've been drinking tonight. Brought to you by. Can I just have that bottle off screen?
Was that just a full stop?
Look at that. That's a prop. Thanks to our prop man. Dead Man's Fingers. This is a spiced rum. This is Cornish rum. This is what pirates drink.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where you know the pirate accent in all the movies.
The
right?
R.
Shiver me timbers, right, like that.
Yeah.
That's actually Cornish.
Oh.
Cornish people speak like that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so apparently that's why a lot of pirates, like Cornwall, was a hotspot for pirates. So a lot of pirates spoke had that Cornish accent. And this is where this is from. So if I start talking in a Cornish accent throughout the rest of the show, it's because of this here. Dead Man's Fingers, not a sponsor of the show, but they can be. Thank you, Mr. Prop Master. Who else we got
Bridget,
there?
Hell's Bells, I caught you guys live.
Hello.
Yeah.
She's doing a happy dance. Yes, happy dance. I'll stop doing that because I'm jiggling.
Paul's here. Hey, dude.
Hey, Paul. Now, Paul asked me a question earlier today. Question.
Oh, no.
About, it was an interesting little geek thing. Remember the other week, I showed these fantastic pop vinyls, right? The new ones that are based on a classic comic book cover.
Yep.
Now, they released the first one, which is the Superman one with Action Comics. It's freaking beautiful. Now, Paul snapped one of these up himself the other week.
Right.
He then hit me up and said, when's the next one coming out? Now, they have announced Batman. Detective 27 is the next one coming out.
Yeah.
Now, Paul had an interesting question. He said, why number 27? Like, what was on the 26 covers beforehand? And this is an interesting point. A lot of people probably don't understand.
Did he not know this?
No. A lot of people don't, Ginger. You just assume because we're comic nuts that most people would understand. So, Paul, in honour of you tonight, sir, I want to show you, Ginger, if you've got Detective... So let me just quickly explain. Detective 27 was the first appearance of Batman. Mm-hmm. Right, now, it was published by National Periodical, which would later become DC Comics, right? They shortened Detective Comics down to DC Comics. But originally, they were known as National Periodicals, right?
So Detective Comics.
No, well, down the track,
DC
it is
Comics.
kind of, it's a bit weird.
It's like an ATM machine.
But back in the 30s, it was National Periodicals, and they did, so like Action Comics.
I'm glad they changed the name, because that's a shitty name.
It is, isn't it?
Periodicals.
National Periodicals. Yeah, but it was the 30s, dude.
Yeah, why?
So Superman came out, and they had a hit with it. So they turned around and went, we want more of that. And that's when they approached Bob Kane and Bill Finger, who now gets the credit. Co-creator of Batman.
Good to see.
Good to see after all these years. Anyway, so they said, right, we're going to pop it into our Detective Comics book.
Okay.
Right? Now, before that, the first 26 issues were literally that. They were detective stories. So gangsters and coppers and all that kind of stuff. So Paul... Here's the first cover. You got cover number 1 for Detective Comics. It was about a mysterious Asian criminal or something like that. Mr. Fu Manchu.
Action-packed stories in colour.
In colour. That was a big sale point back then too. They were colour comics.
Yeah.
And then, as you can see, they've got number 10. It has a bunch of criminals being chased by a detective in a car. He's on the running board of the car.
Yep.
So they were literally Detective Comics. And then along comes number 27. Look at that. That's the first appearance of the Caped Crusader himself. And that cover has been homaged so many times by different creators.
Yes.
They've done modern interpretations of it. And it's become the classic comic that we all know and love today. So the next pop vinyl, one of these things, will be that cover, the Detective 27, done similar to this.
And Batman with his purple little...
Yeah, little classic Batman.
Wrist gloves.
Yeah, so that's... And so Paul wanted to know, he said, why 27? And it's because the first 26 were actually literally detective stories.
Sorry, I thought people...
You never assume, Ginger. What happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. Anyway, there you go. Laura said, yippee.
Hey.
And Scott said, it looks good, definitely something for everyone with Funko. Yes, you're dead right. I just saw today, Diablo, the video game Diablo? They're doing a similar box one for Diablo with the little Diablo pop vinyl and that in it.
I see there's a lot of bands at the moment that are doing that as well.
What's that?
With the record.
Yeah, in them. There and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, look, everything's collectible again. I saw a video the other day of a store in the US, so it's a travel blog we watch, and they were in somewhere in Missouri,
right?
Of all places, and they went in this little town, this little retro thing, and went to a record store that sold secondhand and new vinyl, and it was amazing. It was all these new albums on vinyl.
Yep.
And I'm like, holy shit, it's making a comeback.
I went into a record shop the other week, and there was just crate after crate of records.
Did you have a flick through?
I did have a flick through. My dad would be quite upset.
Yeah.
Because he always goes to the record fairs and stuff like that, and he goes, I'm not paying $99 for that. I'd pay $2 for that in 1967.
Really?
Yeah, he'll have like The Who and Pink Floyd, and he's like, I'm not paying $120 for that.
That's where you
I've got the original pressing of that, so I'm just waiting for that to be my inheritance.
You better hope your brother or your sisters don't get in before you, buddy.
They're not interested in record collections.
Paul said, have you got a prediction on what the third one in that range will be? Yeah, it's going to be Sensation Comics Wonder Woman, I dare say. That's why I think they'll go Wonder Woman before they go Flash or Green Lantern or anything like that. Or Justice Society.
Park said we'll have to have a look out for that one, eh?
Yes, the release date for that will be very beginning of September.
Cool.
There you go.
Very cool.
It'll be in time. We'll be out before Christmas. You can add it to your Christmas stocking wish list or something like that. You'll have plenty of time to grab it.
Right.
Now, actually, speaking of things, I went to a cool I guess you call it a bit like a bric-a-brac store on the weekend, last weekend.
Right.
And I thought of you.
Hang on, whoa, don't be.
I thought, a lot of old dusty stuff in here, a bit like Ginge. Anyway, I'm actually older than you. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So respect your elders.
Yeah, okay.
I went to this fantastic little place in Brizzy, and mate, I saw something. I thought of you. Didn't ask for the price. I should have.
Because it was old.
No, it was while I was walking out the door, just paid for my stuff.
Right.
And old mate was serving another customer. I thought, I better not go back. I better not go back. Oi, you! How much for that? It was beautiful. He's got the old-fashioned movie poster, like from the days of like the Empire Theatre when it was a movie theatre, things like that. They didn't do the big movie posters back then. They had smaller ones, right? Yeah. And it was framed. It was about yay big. Yeah. And it was one of the Shadow.
Oh wow!
An old Shadow cereal or something like that all done up. They had Robin and the Seven Hoods, the classic Rat Pack movie. I was like, if I had a man...
I'm surprised you hadn't.
No, I got nowhere to put it. If I had a man cave, a bar, I'd definitely put it up.
Yep.
And they also had a Spider-Man one from the 70s all framed up.
Okay.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of cool. But there was a whole bunch of those, but the Shadow one I did see, and I looked at that and went, oh, Ginger'd love that one. So I went, I got to do something I haven't done in quite a while. Because being a comic shop owner, I don't get out to go and visit many other comic shops very often. Usually when I'm overseas on holiday or something like that. But I went to a couple places in Brizzy, and I got to back issue dive with a good mate on the weekend.
Okay.
He came away with a pile about that big. I came away with a pile.
Holy shit, man!
That big. I'll tell you what, I kind of spent more than I was going to. But
whoops!
Had a friggin' blast. So even me, the comic shop guy, loves to go and back issue bin dive, and found some great little books for my collection to throw in there, and just those ones a bit like the Big Bang Theory, and flick, got it, need it.
Wow.
You and I haven't done that together for many years.
Hang on, what are we doing together now?
Back issue bin diving.
I'm just worried about what people
when was
would
the last
think
time
about.
we would have done that together, you and me?
Little while.
Probably Vegas.
It's a little while.
Be Vegas.
It'll be a little while.
I'm going to look off camera here because when was the last time you and I did that in a comic shop together overseas? It was the UK. Yeah. Jeez, that was 2014. Yeah, Forbidden Planet. Good thinking. He's got a memory on it. He's had more to drink than me.
Goodness gracious me.
Yeah.
Talking about old people.
Yes.
So we do know that Indiana Jones 5 is filming at the moment.
Yes.
Guess what's happened to some 78-year-old man?
He's older than that, isn't he?
He's 78 years old.
Who? Harrison Ford.
Harrison
I
Ford.
thought he was older than that. I thought he was in his 80s.
He's 78 years old.
Is he? Did he break a hip?
Guess what he's done?
He's broken a hip.
He's done his shoulder.
Oh shit!
No. Not while he was filming it either. They were just rehearsing the fight scene. And he's managed to bust his shoulder.
We need you to do the whip.
So they now have to reschedule the entire shoot so that he can sort of recuperate and just do the talking stuff while his shoulder.
Oh my fucking god! This is what happens when you. Why not reboot? Why not get a younger person in?
I don't know.
What is wrong with Hollywood at the moment? Like that kind of thing. I mean, I don't want to pension someone off, but shut up, you.
Least of all us.
But seriously, I mean, you're asking a guy who's 78 years of age to play an iconic action hero. You just, reboot, get someone younger in, and that way you can tell so many more tales.
I was just thinking, this is people might not remember, but back in 2014 when he was on Star Wars, he managed to bust his foot when a hydraulic door come down and
that's right. He crashed a plane. Remember that? He crashed a plane. You remember that?
And then in the fight scene when he was filming old Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling, he punched and actually connected and busted Ryan Gosling's face and his own hand.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm just saying.
Harrison, retire.
I'm just saying. saying.
Paul said at least he didn't pull a hamstring.
Well, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Scott said, would love a back issue bin here. Don't want to really have to go to Brizzy. To be honest with you, Scott, there's not a lot in Brisbane either. Most Australian stores have ditched the old back issues.
Okay.
I'd love to put them in, but honestly, I'll let you in a bit of comic shop retailing 101 here, folks. And there's a reason why a lot of Aussie comic shops don't have back issues anymore. It's because they take up a lot of space in the shop and we pay per square metre for our rent. It's all worked out per square metre. And people over the last couple of years have actually crunched the numbers and gone, back issues don't move enough to pay for that space that they're in. So that's why a lot of shops ditched them. There's a handful of shops in Australia. Like it's not completely gone. There's places like Fats in Brisbane, which is all just back issues and classic comics. But those guys are a tiny little shop out in the suburbs, so they're not paying as much rent as, say, being in a CBD
I can understand
centre.
that.
It's also why a lot of gaming stores in the US, like stores that were a mixture of comics and gaming together, used to have a ton of space for tables for people to come in and play their games at. They crunched the numbers a couple of years ago when things were starting to get tight, going, the space where guys come in and play a couple of nights a week or whatever else. The players don't pay to play.
No,
Right?
So they're not making money.
They're not making money. It was kind of a convenience. We'll put the tables there, you come in and play.
Hopefully you'll buy something.
And hopefully you'd buy a product or some drinks, chips, that kind of stuff that shops sell.
Yep.
And the problem was that these people simply weren't. They'd rock up, play, fuck off home again. So some shops went, look, we're going to have to put in a play fee, right? And
that'd be quite upsetting.
Comics
for some
Plus
people.
in Brisbane have just had to instigate the same thing,
right?
Because they've now got they've got their gaming space and their retail space, and they've realised they're going to have to start charging for the game space.
Okay.
So I haven't talked to the boys down there yet to see if they've had a bit of a backlash. But in the US, people did. They just went, oh, we won't play here. And the shops went, well, we're not losing anything if you don't. because you're not paying now for it. They've actually converted that space back to retail space. They've put in more face-out retail displays. And a lot of the time, a lot of shops reported that profits went up because they suddenly went, we're paying for all this, so we might as well make money out of it. So, so that's a bit of 101 there for you, just how the retail thing works.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very handsy tonight, aren't I?
Can I tell you how films work?
Yeah.
So movies work when you shoot the movie, right?
Yep.
And then you finish filming, you go back and you edit a bit of it, and then you're like, righto, we need to go and film a couple more scenes because what we shot quite didn't work as we thought it was going to, or we need a different shot from around the corner, or we need an insert shot of someone's hand.
Yep.
Well, the Batman is going back to reshoot stuff.
Oh, this does not sound good.
In July.
This does not sound good.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson and Colin Farrell have gone back to Glasgow.
Yep.
To film
they
some
filmed,
insert scenes.
When I was over there for Christmas 2019, they were just starting to get things set up around Glasgow then, and just after I left, because I remember seeing some of the early shots were from the Glasgow necropolis, so the city of the dead.
I remember you talking about this,
Yeah, because I'd actually walked through there only a couple of weeks beforehand, and I picked it straight away. I was like, oh, that's in the necropolis.
And especially those shots where it was the stuntman riding the motorcycle.
Yes.
And you're like, I know exactly where that is.
I knew exactly, yeah, you were. I was like, I've been there.
And obviously Colin Farrell's been filming the movie here at
the Ron Howard movie on
the
the Gold Coast. Yeah, that's all wrapped up. The person we know. I said to her husband the other day, actually, he was in the store, and I said, how'd she go? And he goes, oh, she had a blast on the thing. I said, cool. Did she get to meet Colin Farrell? No. He filmed his bits. He didn't associate with the crew, and he buggered off real quick.
Right.
Whereas Viggo Mortensen, he held like a film night or something.
Hang on. Can you hear that?
What?
Just say that name again.
Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, I just heard something.
Did you?
Yeah.
Is that your lady?
Yeah.
Okay. So Henry Cavill.
I just heard that.
Yeah, for my lady, right?
Yeah.
And then Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, did you hear that?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's amazing when words can just simple words like that.
Hey.
That's we could do that for the ladies.
Tom Bailey.
Nothing, crickets. I can hear that out there. Pretty sure I just heard someone wailing outside when you said that name.
Hang on, Wade Copson. I heard a little bit.
I heard a meh.
A meh?
Anyway.
No.
You're distracting me. Where was I? Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah.
Right? So he held a film night, and he actually invited.
No way.
He invited the crew to come along. So she got to meet him.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, Colin Farrell, gone. Just fucking. He doesn't really hang around. Doesn't kind of hang out with the cast and crew.
Likes his own.
Just does his own thing, I guess. Yeah.
No, I mean,
runs in the Brisbane Marathon.
Yeah.
There you go.
The Batman's supposed to come out March 2022.
Yes, Helen has gone. They've decided RPAT is just not working, and they're going to do reshoots with Tig Notaro. Who's Tig Notaro?
So, have you not seen Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead?
Yeah, I hate it.
Tig is the helicopter pilot.
Is it a dude or a chick?
She,
right? Very Danish.
So,
what? I'm looking over to my attorney. Am I going to get in trouble for that?
Yes, you're going to get in trouble for that. Self-confessed lesbian.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, well then, okay, righto.
Anyway, so...
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Right.
So the history of it is that the person that originally acted that role, they've gotten rid of because of allegations.
Oh, in Army of the Dead?
Yeah.
So she wasn't the original cast member?
No. She's not in any of those shots. They went back and under COVID conditions, green screened all of her scenes.
In the chopper?
Has superimposed her into those scenes.
Wait, she's on top of the chopper banging it with a big hammer and stuff?
Everything.
Who the fuck was the actor that got booted?
It's that Chris... I forget his name. But yeah. But the problem is, he was like 6 foot tall, and she's like 5 foot nothing. So it's completely...
Can I just be honest? She was one of the main reasons I didn't like that movie. Really? I hated her character.
I thought she was alright.
Good for you. Thanks, Helen, for your comment. RPAT. Is that what we're calling him?
Well, the sparkly one. Twinkles.
Twinkles. That's what I call him.
Twinkle toes.
Laura said, oh, for goodness sake, it's also ridiculous. Which part are we talking about there, Laura? You'll have to be more specific.
Maybe watching this show.
Yeah, this is a show full of ridiculousness.
It is.
Is that a word?
Ridiculousnesses.
What other goss you got for me today?
I don't know. I did have a trailer.
Have you got one?
Would you like to see that?
I'd love to see it.
Did anyone see the new Suicide Squad trailer?
No, I haven't. Speaking of suicide, just a quick tease. I've got Tom Taylor's suicide book here to talk about.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Suicide Squad.
What's up, creeps? Jai Courtney here. It's your lucky day because I'm about to grace your screen in the brand new trailer for the Suicide Squad. It's a little early, but I don't see anyone here who's going to care. Let's go.
Robert Dubois. He's in prison for putting Superman in the ICU with a kryptonite bullet.
I'm not joining your Suicide Squad.
We'll see.
My court date is coming up. And Miss Waller said maybe you could help me out.
You're flexing in my door!
Everyone stand down.
Miss Waller, I don't...
Stand down!
I wouldn't take such extreme measures if this mission went more important than you could possibly imagine. Are you in or out? Good. Let's meet your team.
It's okay, I'm not okay.
Each member is chosen for his or her own completely unique set of abilities.
I need to feel the raindrops on my head.
Let's go number 2.
Good to know.
Is this thing a dog?
A dog? What kind of dog do you think it is, mate?
I'm gonna go with Afghan Hound.
Oh my god, is it a werewolf?
Yo, they tell me this for a werewolf! Yo, let me out!
Hey, he's not a werewolf, okay? He's a weasel. He's harmless. I mean, he's not harmless. He's killed 27 children, but, you know.
Your mission is to destroy every trace of something known only as Project Starfish. Any questions?
Starfish is a slang term for a butthole. Think there's any connection?
No.
No.
All right. Let's get it. This is suicide. Well, that's kind of our thing.
I'm a superhero!
Where's my dad?
I want to get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alone.
Ratatouille, what do you got?
Bird.
Now wait. Stay off the comm.
There you go.
Yeah, what? That looks friggin' awesome, really.
That trailer looks way better than the previous trailer we saw.
It's just got balls to the wall action about it.
It does.
It's got a bit of comedy. Look, I'm going to watch it. I think it's going to be fantastic.
I do like that he's gotten really obscure characters and brought them to the forefront. So yeah.
Yes. Oh, look, I'm totally with you. That's a magic glass. Did you see that? That refilled itself.
Oh my gosh. Also, it's going to be released in theaters and on HBO Max the same day, August 6th.
Which means we may get it for binge over here. I'm assuming it'll be an extra payment type deal.
It's interesting.
So,
interesting.
Because we don't have HBO Max over here. Actually, a little something I heard about today.
Yeah.
Comixology said DC's had their own app as part of Comixology for people buying digital editions of DC Comics and stuff, right? Comixology announced that as of, I think it's another week or so away, the DC app is gone, so you can't do in-purchase apps. You'd have to go to... Because this is a stupid thing. Years ago, when Comixology launched, before it got bought out by Amazon, you used to be able to do in-purchase apps on your phone or your iPad or whatever. So you went, that looks cool, boom, purchase.
Yep.
Now, you've got to go to a desktop and purchase it through there.
Really?
It's just fucking stupid, right? And they wonder why people don't
Tell
like...
us how you really feel.
They wonder why people don't like digital comics. That's just one of the fucking reasons, right? The fact... Comics are like boobs. Like Stan Lee said years ago, right?
Okay.
It's nice to look at a picture of boobs. It's nothing better than actually touching them. That's what comics are like, okay? Stan Lee actually gave that analogy when he talked about comics, right?
Holy shit.
God bless Stan Lee.
Wow. That just puts everything into context.
It does, doesn't it? But anyway,
Wow.
that's the thing with digital comics. But anyway, so they made it hard, right? Because Amazon bought Comixology.
Okay.
So, and which is literally pretty much the only digital platform to be able to buy digital comics through. You've got to have a Comixology account and all that kind of thing, right?
Right.
And it's complicated. I've had one for a few years. I barely use the friggin' thing because it's just complicated. And plus, why would I pay that amount for a digital comic when I can buy the real fucking thing? And then pass it on to you and stuff like that, which you can't do with Comixology. It's like unless I gave you my iPad and went, here, Ginge. And I've seen your fumble fingers. I saw what you did with your laptop. So you're not getting my iPad.
Hey, it's on the Optane way.
Anyway, so they've announced that, and everyone went, what's going to happen digitally with DC?
Yep.
DC launched DC Universe. Remember the app? HBO Max, but it's the DC one.
Yeah.
Right? So they've got DC Unlimited or DC Universe on there. But the comics are 6 months behind what you'll find in the comic shop.
Come on.
Right? And so now that's the only way that you can get a lot of these comics is you got to do it through there or go through Comixology and just there won't be an actual separate DC app just if you're a DC fan.
Okay.
So a lot of people have already gone, well,
not interested.
why would I? So instead of actually retaining or growing the digital readership, they've actually just made it that much harder.
But which is weird because they're pushing so much into that in every other form.
Once again, AT&T. Who the fuck is in charge?
What is going on?
I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
And then Warner Brothers and the Discovery Channel are working in cahoots now.
You showed me that logo the other day. It looked like a school kid had done it.
The logo looks like someone opened up Excel and Word Art.
Do you think they've just got interns? They've just gone, we're not paying anyone. We just want volunteers, so we're just going to put it out to high schools.
As soon as COVID happened, they sacked everyone.
Want to come and work at Warner Brothers for free?
Yeah.
That's probably what they've done, and there's got some kid going, we need a new logo. Okay.
And what's the term they use? They don't call it work experience. It's an intern.
Unpaid internship.
An intern.
Which in Australia, you can't do, really, because that would be seen as exploitation.
Well, you know, like
I can't get away with it with my nephew on a Saturday. I've got to pay him.
Just call it work experience.
And
Don't call it interning.
We're related, and I'm still going to pay the little shit. I love him. He's a great kid. But
he could be watching this and he's like, that's son of
Uncle Todd's been a prick again, Mum. He called me a little shit.
This time to the entire world, not just to the entire shop.
He's a great kid, but he messaged me today, and he's like, because he wasn't in last week, I was away on holiday, so I couldn't do his usual Saturday. He's love this kid. He's saving up to build himself a computer. He's already bought a few of the bits. So he's putting his money, he's not wasting it, he's actually building a gaming computer, right? And so he's like, can I maybe get some extra shifts over school holidays? I'm like, yeah, we'll see what we can work out. And so...
That sounds like a no.
It is not. What does everyone think when I say, we'll see how we go? Everyone assumes, even the man off camera, when he says to me, what do you think about blah? And I'll say, we'll see how it goes. He's like, that means no. You're just saying no.
Football's on tonight. We could go watch it after the show.
We'll see how we go.
That sounds like a no.
Apparently that's Todd speak for no.
That's a no.
Anyway, he messaged me today and he goes, do you need me tomorrow, Uncle Todd? And I went, yeah, mate. He goes, just a heads up, I have caught the flu off my sister. I went, no, you stay the fuck at home.
Keep away from me.
Yeah. I'm clean, you stay away. I'll see you in a week, buddy.
It's like a vampire.
God bless him. But I tell you what, isn't it good now? He's a kid. He's in grade 9. So he's 14, I think. 14, is that what age are you in grade 9?
Yeah.
I know I'm looking at you.
If we can't remember, there's no way.
No chance he's gonna. Anyway, he's got such a great work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he wanted the part-time job and everything else. And so.
I noticed that the shop is a lot cleaner than I've ever seen.
Since I've had him working for I don't do it anymore.
You're like, hey, dude, go clean the skirting board.
Someone spills something, like, you're going to wipe that up? I'm like, no, wait till Saturday when Ethan's on.
But the shop looks immaculate.
The shop looks good.
Yeah. It's sparkly.
I'm going to repaint the floor soon.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kaboom Comics Australia, a local comic book shop, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com. The home of Geek Speak. That's where we film this every week.
Exactly.
So you can go along. There's all cool stuff on there, like Tom Taylor's latest Suicide Squad run called Bad Blood. Beautiful hardcover by what's his name? Bruno Redondo is the artist. That's who's working on.
You're making shit up.
I'm not. That's his name, Bruno Redondo.
Okay. Hey Bruno, how you going, mate?
Bruno Redondo.
How's it hanging?
Tom Taylor. I don't know. Tom Taylor's Australian. No, I'm doing it in that accent. That's their latest graphic novel, Suicide Squad. Now, those two are also the current creative team on Nightwing. And I tell you what, they have been knocking that out of the ballpark. Yeah. Jeez, it's been good. Really good. Nightwing's got a puppy in it. It's only got 3 legs.
Oh.
Yeah, they called it Haley. Actually, they after Haley Circus. You know, I'm looking off camera. He doesn't read Batman.
That's the circus that his parents were.
Yeah, Haley Circus. Yeah, so he called the dog Haley because it's a little stray. He took it in a little puppy.
Well, hang on.
It's missing its little front, one of its front legs.
Why would that'd be like buddy JFK's wife getting
where are you going with this?
Getting a pet dog and calling it
Bullet.
or sniper rifle. Come here, sniper rifle. Come here.
Bullet's a better name.
I'm just saying.
Bullet's a better name.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, they actually ran a competition.
Or you're going to call it Grassy Knoll. I'm going to hell.
Yep, and I'm right there beside you.
Thanks everyone.
Anyway, they actually, boom, that's it. We've topped it tonight. We're out. They actually ran a competition to name the dog.
Okay.
And you know what? It come down to a close tie. And some people are still calling it this, but yeah, the winning name was Haley.
Okay.
Bitewing. Bitewing. B-I-T-E wing. Bitewing.
Why didn't they just call it Nighty McNightwing?
But like Bodie McBoatface.
Yes.
Anyway, so there you go. So Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo, Suicide Squad, Bad Blood. That is their, it was 8 issues, I think, all up. And yeah, it's a beautiful hardcover that's now out. You can buy that at Kaboom Comics Australia. And as I said, they're the creative team on Nightwing at the moment. Really knocking it out of the ballpark. Really good.
Bridget just said, talking about the internship, I was pressured into doing an internship, and yeah, exploitative is valid description.
Yeah, we don't.
Despite how hard I worked, was never offered a job.
We don't do it over here, really. It's not a common thing in Australia to do an internship.
And I notice now work experience, or school-based work experience, is very hard to get into businesses now as well because of insurance purposes.
Oh, yes. Yep. Yeah, it's very funny because, once again, a bit of the sausage, what goes into a sausage.
Whoa.
It's all the things, your insurances and everything else.
Oh, okay.
Because
I was wondering where you were going with the sausage analogy.
You've got to have work cover and all these kind of things, different insurances. If there's machinery on a workplace and you've got a kid coming in to do work experience, you can make sure that they're covered, in case an accident happens.
Yep.
It's just not easy. It's not like the old days where, kids used to go, when we did it at school, used to send out a letter or knock on a business's door. Hey, I've got 2 weeks of work experience coming up. I'd love to do it here. Most businesses would be like, yep, no worries.
Yeah, we get 2 weeks of free labour.
Yeah, I get hit up all the time about it, and we keep saying no.
Yeah.
It's actually very hard to...
my old job, they were saying that it's easier with the universities because the uni has specific insurance for the students.
Yes,
to do work experience.
Yep.
But
some schools are now doing it, I think. Because you have got on the job training type things where they're doing their certificates like Cert 3s and Cert 4s through TAFE and the college schools. Our college actually does it. And so I think the college organises to make sure that the kids are covered when they're on a job site and all that kind of stuff. So, but it's just not like it used to be in the old days. And we are not like America. We don't do unpaid internships. It's not a thing over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you hear all about the unpaid internships and you're like, holy shit, man, you're working there for a year?
Oh, some of them, like a year's pretty long, but some of them would do it at least for a summer. Yeah. Their American summer, they'd go and do a unpaid internship somewhere at a law firm.
I cannot believe that, man.
Yeah. It's just cheap. But then again, this is the nation. America's the nation that doesn't pay their wait staff properly, and they have to rely on tips and stuff like that. I hate tipping culture. Hate it.
Yes.
With passion.
Yes.
Remember
when we first went and we were tipping really good?
We were over tipping them. They must have looked at us and went, what are these guys, fucking billionaires? Because we were like, money. And then we realised that someone went, hey, did you realise how much you meant to tip? And we're like, no. And they're like, work it out, blah, blah. And we've been like triple tipping. Because it was phenomenal.
And we were hoping that if we tipped better, we would get better service.
And it didn't happen.
But then when we went back after the financial crisis...
Yes. Oh boy, was that different.
Oh, it was...
Boy, was that different.
They worked for their money.
You whipped out a bit of extra cash, and I tell you what, man, you could get anything on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah. Talk about those business cards.
Burns.
Remember the business cards that they flick?
Oh,
Would you like a business card?
I was only telling someone about that the other day.
I remember that you collected the entire series.
I still think I've got them hidden somewhere. Not hidden, but somewhere, locked away somewhere in a store. No, that sounds bad.
What was good was when you found the same person on 2 different business cards.
And the 2 different names. Hi, my name's Candy. Hi, my name's Cindy. Bullshit!
Yeah. Like, no. I want the one that's in the photo. Thank you very much.
Are they twins? Do you know what? I wonder though with COVID whether they're allowed to even do that kind of stuff over there anymore in Vegas.
The footage that I've seen, I'm not seeing those people on the side of Vegas.
Speaking of Vegas, Joe Quesada tweeted today he's flying to Las Vegas to sign at Torpedo Comics.
Cool.
So have we ever talked about Torpedo Comics? No. I know I've shown you. I'm looking off screen again. I've shown you. That's the store owned by the drummer from System of a Down. He's a massive. I'm trying to think of his name. John Dolman, or whatever his name is, I think.
Because it's got like an AT-AT.
Built into the shop. Yeah. It's fucking phenomenal. And these guys have one of the best. Do yourself a favour. Google after this show. Go on YouTube. Look for Torpedo Comics Las Vegas. There's a few different store tour videos where people have gone in. Okay. And there's actually there's 2 rooms built into it. One's done as a Gotham City bank vault, and it is literally,
and that's where
high end. That's where you'll find copies of like early detective comics, all slabbed and stuff like that. John Dolmayan, System of a Down, the drummer, System of a Down. Thank you to our research man off camera.
Thanks, Dickie Knee.
He has got a bum knee.
Mitchell Summers.
Sorry, it's his ankle, isn't it? Isn't your ankle? It's flat. Yeah, everything. Yeah, you can tell he's old. Anyway, Torpedo. So Joe Quesada's flying over there.
Cool.
In America, because they are rolling out their vaccines pretty well and stuff like that, some of the creators are now travelling for very limited signings and appearances in different comic shops. So I know Todd McFarlane recently, I think, went over to Florida to CGC and signed, because he advertised it weeks in advance. You could send your Spawn comics to CGC, and they did a special label to slab them with. Cool. And he went over, flew over, landed, and just sat there for about 2 days signing all these.
Cool, man.
Yeah, if I was Tom McFarlane, I'd be sick of that. I'll just get stamped done as my signature. But I have actually full credit to Tom McFarlane. I watched a video again with him this week, an interview, and he spoke about the industry and about, someone asked him in the interview, what the longevity, why are you still pumping out and still working? And he said, I saw years ago older creators who got to a point in their career where they couldn't pencil anymore, they hadn't done enough work or hadn't built up a big enough fan base. Or create, they were just company men. They just worked for Marvel, just worked for DC until eventually the company just went, "You're too old. You're not pumping out enough books. You're not a name anymore. Bugger off." He said they were poor in their retirement. They had to rely on things like Hero Initiative, a comic book industry fund that raises money for older creators and that kind of stuff. He looked at that and said, "I don't want to be that." So he said, "I did all the hard yards in my early days, building up a convention." He said, "When everyone else would leave the signing table to go and have lunch, I sat there and just kept going. I wouldn't eat for the day, until that night." He said others were taking pee breaks. I just kept working through because I wasn't drinking water, so I didn't need to go and pee. And he said, and I just kept talking to the customers, thanking them. And every time they bought a book, to thanks for buying my book. He said, I built that up and I kept doing it. He said it kept people buying Spawn, and his toys, all that kind of stuff.
He diversified,
He did, he really did. And he said, you do all the hard work then, so you get to a point in your career where he said he calls it letterbox money. So he said where you get to a point where you don't have to do the physical hard, staying up all night drawing pages anymore. He said I can go every month to the letterbox and pull out a royalty check. He said, and I know I can retire or take it easy because Tom McFarlane's what 60, just over 60 years of age. Something like, really? Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, dude.
He doesn't look it.
He's looking good for his age, but he's a guy who he doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't do coffee or anything or tea or anything. It's just water. He doesn't drink soft drink. He's a healthy kind of guy. But yeah, so he calls it letterbox money. He said, to be at that stage and his artwork, that's why he's never sold a lot of his original artwork.
Because he's holding on to it.
He's holding on to it. And Rob Liefeld was in another interview I watched with him, and he talks about it too. There's a reason Rob Liefeld takes on so many commissions and cover jobs and everything else, because he just puts that artwork, the original, straight away, and he says to his kids, when I die, you sell it then. Don't sell it beforehand. When I die, this all goes up in value. You sell it, you make a good amount of money. He said, I'm just worried that one day the kids are going to turn around and bump me off. So I'll tell you what, he's another bloke. If you ever get a chance, Robservations, Rob Liefeld's podcast series, once you get past the fact that Rob's just Rob, you know what I mean? He's got that kind of bombastic personality, and he talks a lot about himself on there. But once you get behind or beyond that, the stuff Rob Liefeld talks about,
sounds like someone I know.
He's a fuck you. He's a genuine fanboy and cheerleader for comics, Rob Liefeld. It's one of the best podcasts I have listened to in a long time.
I remember when we first spoke about Robservations that he was going to start up the podcast. So.
Yeah, look, I've put so many other customers onto it, and they've all come back and gone, you know what, when I'm sitting at home doing stuff and or at work, if they're doing computer work or whatever, they'll pop the earphones in and they said, we listen to Robservations now. I'm like, there you go.
Cool, man.
Yep. What else you got for me?
Well,
I've done enough talking. I need a break.
Would you like to have a look at something?
Yes.
A few images have come out from a film set in England over the past week.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what we're doing. You know what we're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, check out
Ezra
Flash.
Moore as the Flash. Barry Allen, there he is on the set. Who's that dapper-looking gentleman he's talking to?
Yeah, with the sunglasses.
Have you got a bit of shot of that dapper-looking gentleman?
Oh, maybe, but we could just show that.
Oh, that's the new symbol.
The new symbol, which is supposed to be the new suit.
Yep.
With all the circuitry inside of it.
Yeah.
And why would you need to change the suit?
Because it now has to fit into a certain something?
It has to fit into a ring?
Yeah, like in the comics, they've actually gone the Flash ring. The suit comes out of the ring while he's running.
It's so tiny, though.
Yeah, but he super compresses it in there.
But how does he get it in there?
Because he's the Flash.
Okay.
Suspension of disbelief.
There's him with, is it Iris?
Iris, yep. And come on, give us the money shot.
Oh. There he is.
Bruce Wayne.
Oh.
Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne.
He looks so dapper.
He does, doesn't he? He's looking good for his age. I tell you what. I filled the cup.
And look at that.
That's Bruce Wayne's car.
That's Bruce Wayne's car, which happens to look awfully like something that came out in 1992.
Dun dun dun.
Doesn't that look cool? Doesn't it? Like, obviously, it's not the same car.
Can I just say, if my wife is watching this, which I reckon she is, see that car there, honey? I don't own that. So if you ever can dig up that, just put that on the Christmas want list, will you? That's a cool toy. I want that toy.
We also have photos of Supergirl.
Yes. Now everyone's going, what the fuck is this? Where'd that costume come from? Injustice. Tom Taylor actually tweeted. He goes, they've full on taken the costume that they created in the Injustice comic for Supergirl. There you go.
It's a cool crest, and the chainmail look to it is very much.
They're doing that embossed fabric for all the costumes, aren't they? Yeah. It's just a modern thing. There's kind of Henry Cavill did it, and there's all little S's on his.
Is it just me, or is she trying to smuggle a chicken?
Oh, her six pack
in her stomach.
They've definitely sculpted the six pack there, haven't they?
Like, how come her abs point the opposite way at the bottom?
I don't know. I don't know. It looks like a bit like the mandibles of a predator.
It does,
doesn't it?
It looks like the predator is pushing out through her stomach. And ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Manor.
Oh, how good does that look?
Which is the same building that they used in Batman '89.
Yes, yeah, they've gone back. They're filming that over there in the UK. I can't think of the name of that actual manor.
So beautiful.
It is gorgeous.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. And someone done up this artwork to make it to add her cape
and her flying above the earth. That's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. Right, back to reality, Jim. Back to reality.
Sorry, it's our ugly
mugs. What can I say? It's not pretty.
Talking about other old people.
Yes.
Yet again, Steven Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Yeah, I stutter because I don't believe what I'm about to say. He's just signed a deal with Netflix.
I know.
This is the same guy.
I know.
That only in 2019 came out and said Netflix films shouldn't be
nominated for Academy Awards and stuff
because they're TV movies. They're not real movies.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Okay, now here you go. I'm going to get my comfy chair. Right? They all these people who were bitching and moaning about Netflix a few years ago, and Amazon, because they've given in to Jeff Bezos, the horn devil. Right, they've all now switched across. They're all making big fat cash at Netflix and Amazon.
Yeah.
All these people said, "Oh no, Amazon, no, Netflix, no, I'll never do it."
That's not real. That's not
real
theatre.
Until the checks came out.
Yeah.
Fat stacks of money.
He's going to be doing at least 2 feature films a year.
Yep.
So it's under his Amblin, production name.
Yep.
It was only last year that I realised that he's no longer part of DreamWorks. He sold that off.
Sold that all out. Yeah.
So he's gone back to Amblin. So that production company is where all these projects are still going. He's still going to do stuff that is coming out in theatres and stuff that Universal.
Is he going to make a follow-on from E.T.?
Why would you?
I don't know.
It's E.T.
You ever heard my E.T. voice?
No.
It's a fun home. Is that good?
I don't know. I've never watched the movie. So.
You want to see my finger?
No. have you seen the toys that they were selling and it was E.T.'s finger?
Yes, I literally watched that this week.
And you're like, whoa. Yeah. Did it have a little light at the end of it, didn't it? Yeah. It looked awfully like
it's a batteries included. That's because you couldn't replace the batteries. Once it died, it was fucked. It was a stupid toy.
It almost, you could.
It's a fun home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the best I'm going to do.
Yeah.
There you go.
Really? Really, man?
Yeah.
Really?
Really?
Steve,
come on, Steve. Like I said, mate, everyone's doing it because they're looking at the fat stacks of cash. That's what it is.
Do you think it was old Adam Sandler? The amount of money that he's making that they went, hang on, if Sandler can make that kind of cash.
We've talked about it before on the show. Adam Sandler is on track within, I think it's one more Netflix deal or something like that. He will be the first comedian to be a billionaire. That's how much money he's made.
Oh my gosh.
A billionaire.
Yeah.
Comedian billionaire.
Really?
Madness. Absolute madness.
While we're talking about comedy,
yes,
can I play you a trailer for a television show?
Oh, go on with you.
Do you remember the television series Miracle Workers with Steve Buscemi and Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
his real name's not Harry Potter, you know that.
Oh, I realise that. But did you notice that they did that series where Steve Buscemi was? Oh, well, I wonder if you can.
They'll even probably name one of the characters Baldrick.
Well, maybe, but maybe they could pick this bit here. I used to play this computer game.
Did you?
Did anyone else ever play this computer game?
There is a better place for all of us. Oregon.
Coming July 13th to TBS. Across the uncharted American West, our intrepid pioneers set out for a new start and new adventures on the Oregon Trail.
Oh my God, Benny, a bald eagle! Oh! You just killed America!
This July.
How awesome is this? Open land, sense of adventure.
There's a bear behind you!
We're looking for an outlaw. Goes by the name of Benny the Teen.
I don't recognize him at all. Handsome guy, though. Beautiful mustache. Hope you catch that sexy outlaw.
Are you ladies women of the night?
It's the 1840s. The preferred term is whores.
Sorry, didn't mean to offend you. Whores?
A new adventure begins.
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe as Reverend Ezekiel Brown.
Which way is west?
This is an anatomical drawing of a horse.
That explains a lot.
Steve Buscemi as Benny the Teen.
You'll never catch me.
Karan Soni as the Gunslinger. John Bass as Todd Aberdeen. And Geraldine Viswanathan as Prudence.
This is classic Oregon Trail. Get hype.
Stick your hands up where the sun don't shine.
You want me to stick my hands up my butt?
What?
It's where the sun don't shine. That would be my butt.
That is what you said. Give me a break for a second. This is my first time sticking somebody up. I'm very nervous.
Miracle Workers, Oregon Trail. Premieres July 13th on TBS.
Oregon Trail.
Okay.
It actually looks pretty cool.
I'm going to watch that. That looks pretty cool. Now, someone did say we're frozen. Hopefully we have unfrozen.
The internet dropped out just before we went to the trailer.
There's been, this week, have you had any issues with the internet here in the city? I've had multiple people saying to me they've had little outages and stoppages this week here in Toowoomba. Anyone else experienced that?
Well, I suppose everyone experienced that while they were watching us just then.
Probably, yeah. But there's, I've had a few people saying about it this week. I've noticed here at the shop during the day, because we're streaming stuff here in the store, and sometimes it just stops for about a minute, and then it comes good again. It's weird. But anyway, just wanted to share that. So sorry that we froze there, but we are back.
Miracle Workers, Oregon Trail,
wonderful.
Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
I'll be all over it like a fat kid on.
You're not allowed to say that because it'll get us into trouble.
Trying to be nice.
Did you want to talk about a new comic series that comes out?
Yes,
for Marvel.
I was talking about Tom Taylor before.
Yes,
right. Now Tom Taylor, he's writing tons of stuff at DC at the moment, right? He's got Batman the Detective. He's doing Nightwing. He's got a couple of other things in the go. He's got his own independent books he's doing as well. But he's a busy beaver, right? Or what would we say? What's the Australian equivalent instead of a beaver?
A jumping kangaroo.
He's a busy wombat.
Okay.
He's a working hard wombat. That's what he is. Because he is doing a brand new miniseries for Marvel Comics called Dark Ages. You got some promo shots there. There you go. Now, actually, I must admit that cover looks pretty freaking
Spidey.
Pretty freaking
Storm.
Cool. Now, look, they haven't done too much info about this. We'll have more information next week, hopefully, as it starts to come out. But the promotional art's by Ryan Stegman. But I don't think he's doing the interiors. I'm not 100% sure. Who were you when the lights went out? Now, apparently, this is going to have massive ramifications. It's going to change the whole Marvel Comics universe. This is going to lead into a brand new kind of era for Marvel Comics. That's all they've told us at the moment. And, of course, you might be a little bit like me. We've heard that 1,001 times from DC, Marvel, millions of companies where they go, this is it. This is going to change the whole thing. And you go... Is it? And then you read it, you go, it's cool, but it didn't change anything. It always comes back.
Are you going to kill Robin again?
Yeah, well, I've tried that a couple of times. Anyway, so this is coming out September. We are going to have the pre-orders. I think the new previews may come out end of next week or the week after. We will have stuff up on the Kaboom Facebook page. We'll be promoting it. We'll be doing pre-orders on that one there. Because look, I tell you what, Tom Taylor writing it. It's going to be good. Like, the guy can write. He's a freaking a great writer. He's not good. He's great. And we're going to be telling a few people, like, pick this up. I think it's 1 to 5. It's a 5-part series, and then there'll be ramifications down the track. Because, Nick Spencer, he's leaving Spider-Man at issue 74.
Okay.
Issue 75 is going to be a big one because they've got a whole bunch of writers coming on to write it.
Okay.
And Pat Gleason's taking over the art duties. The guy who did the promotional art there, Ryan Stegman, he and Donny Cates are doing a book, an indie book. He teased it yesterday or last night. Everyone said, where are you going to publish it? Is it tied to Marvel? He went, no, it's definitely not Marvel. It's not DC. It's a superhero team book.
Okay.
And it looks very Spawnish, like Spawn University type thing. And people said, is it Spawn? Is something to do? He goes, no, it's creator owned. It's Donny Cates and I. And people said, is it Image? And he goes, can't say anything. So we don't know whether it'll be Image, Aftershock, Boom, Artists and Writers Inc.
Interesting.
It could be at any number of independent publishers at the moment. But yeah, him and Donny Cates working together because they've been on Venom for the last couple of years and have been knocking that out of the ballpark. And so they're teaming up to do an independent comic series somewhere. We just don't know where yet.
I did see some people speculating, is this Dark Ages going to be something happens and all the electricity, you can't generate electricity anymore?
Possibly. Yeah, some of the stuff they've been hinting at, yeah.
And then they said, well, Iron Man's going to be stuffed.
Yeah, he would. How does he recharge?
Is he suit?
Yep.
I'm just...
Oh, look, there's...
speculation.
They haven't given us... All they've done, because it came out this week, they dropped the news and just went, Dark Ages is coming, Tom Taylor, and everyone went, ooh.
Oh, what's that about?
And then we went, there's been nothing else really yet. So, so that's just one of the things there that we'll be talking about. What else have you got there for us? We're at the pointy end of the show,
We are at the pointy end of the show. Is there any questions that ladies and gentlemen at home would like just to talk about?
Anyone got anything? Now, by the way, next Friday, I'm away. You're away. I've got Paul Kelly. I'm going to see Paul Kelly. Singing songs about making gravy and to her door and all the bad things he's done.
And
dumb things.
Dumb things, not bad things.
Not bad things. Yeah. Who are you talking about?
As long as he plays some of his good songs, because you said last time you went, okay, I'm going to play my new album for the first half of the show.
I saw him live a couple of years ago, and look, it was a good show. But the first half of the show was his brand new album, and then
which no one had heard of.
So he did that for the first half of the show. There was an interval, intermission, whatever you want to call it, and then we came back and he did all the classics. And so the second half of the show was really rocking.
So you had to stick around for the last.
Yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. There was a few songs in the first. I'd never heard them, but when you hear a song for the first time, you go, "That's not too bad." Especially when it's live, you go, "Yeah, I can get into that." So that's where I'll be next Friday night. So we won't be doing the show. The week after, we should be back to normal. I dare say. I believe.
I dare say.
I believe I can fly.
We've got some other photos that we'd like to show you that have come out this week.
Have you?
Yeah. Of a little film that's shooting at the moment.
Ooh. Oh!
Shazam!
Oh my God! See that? I didn't even have to say the word. Just a photo of Zach Levi, and I can hear my wife. She loves Zach Levi.
Shazam!
Shazam! See the new costumes for the Shazam family.
Everyone was saying, "Oh, geez, the Pedro, the emerald green suit.
He's buffed up, hasn't he?
They said, "Oh, geez, that looks almost black," and they went, "No, it's green.
It is green. It's just that shot there.
It's just
can I just put it on record? How good does Mary Marvel look there?
And that's the same actress that plays the younger self as well as the older self now because she's old enough to be her, ultimate.
Yep. And the guy playing Freddy there in the blue. Is that old mate that used to be in the OC? Is that guy?
Yeah, that's Adrian Brody.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
It's interesting because Adrian Brody was supposed to be Wally West in the George Miller Justice League.
That's right, yeah.
But the bloke playing Pedro in the green, that's DJ Contra. And he was supposed to play Superman in the George Miller Justice League.
There you go.
So it's interesting that it's come full circle.
He could have pulled off Superman pretty good. The look.
I mean, he's pretty buff.
He is pretty buff. Laura just said she's not Mary Marvel anymore. Apparently, Laura, dish the dirt. Tell us who's meant to be. What happened? Why is that chick not Mary Marvel?
It's the different actress that played the older Mary Marvel in the original movie.
Oh, okay.
And now that the actor's grown up, she's playing both characters.
Oh, okay.
Is that what you're talking
Apparently
about?
she was fired and then recast.
Really?
Oh,
What,
okay.
in The Last Day?
When did this come out, Laura? You have to give us some info there. We haven't heard about this one.
We also need to Helen Mirren.
Yes, she's playing one of the old gods, one of the evil gods or something.
Hespera. And Lucy Liu plays her sister Calypso, who are actually characters that aren't in the comic.
No.
But in this, they are the daughters of Atlas. So obviously,
she's still a fantastic actress, isn't she? I love Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren,
wonderful. Look at her. Is she having a burger with Shazam?
Yeah, she is.
Look at that. See, she's having a burger.
Good on her.
God bless Helen Mirren.
Oh. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I'll be sad with the day she ever shuffles off this mortal coil. I'll be very upset.
Yeah?
I will.
You will be upset.
I will be upset.
Other movie news I can tell you about. Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
She is both producing and starring in a new Disney movie based on a ride. Can you think of
another one?
Yep. Another ride.
What is it?
The Tower of Terror.
I'm not doing a movie about Tower of Terror.
Which is interesting because the Tower of Terror isn't in Disneyland anymore.
No, they got rid of it.
They changed it.
It's now the
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, is it? Because that's all part that's been absorbed into the what's it called? Avengers Campus now, hasn't it?
Yeah. So that's the original.
That was
Tower
there when we were there,
right?
back in 2006.
But they then changed it to that one on the right, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
It's pretty much the same ride, just given a facelift, and it's the collector's place. And
there you go.
But the ride is still at Disney World down in Florida. So,
yeah.
But did you know?
Did I know?
This is now the second time they've tried this movie.
Yeah.
Because they originally did a TV movie with Steve Guttenberg, the Goot.
Sorry, I had to swallow that.
It was a TV movie,
and I bet it was shit.
It was. I actually sat down and watched it yesterday. It's got him. His niece is played by Kirsten Dunst.
Oh my god, she kind of disappeared.
This was just before she did Spider-Man, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Tower of Terror.
It's
yeah. How was it, Ginge? I used to love Steve Guttenberg.
Steve Guttenberg is the shit,
mate. Police Academy. I was the biggest. It was a movie my family used to watch. So we go. If we went to the video shop, normally we asked kids, right? Because my two older brothers. So Troy at that stage was able to drive, and so he would drive us, the other three of us kids, to the local video shop back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
And you go, right, we're going to grab, 4 or 5 movies for the weekend.
Yep.
And it would always be, grab some stuff. And if Dad ever come with it, if Dad drove and we went, it was always a Police Academy movie we'd end up with. Or we'd grab a couple of the Police Academy movies. And we would watch it. And it would just come a thing. Mum and Dad loved them. We loved them.
Even all the way up to Mission to Moscow.
Yeah, I don't care. No. I used to have the toys. They did a range they had the comic series, I think Marvel.
And then they also had... They had an animated series of it, didn't they?
Yes.
But then I remember I only saw one episode of a live action series of it as well.
Yeah, but
years later.
That was in the training school. So Commandant Lassard, I think it was now the head of the training college, and it was his nephew or something was one of the main characters.
Okay.
But anyway, look,
Michael Winslow was still in it though.
Oh yeah, he made appearances. But look, we used to love all that stuff, and as I said, I used to collect I had the whole range of
damn, dude.
The police. You know what? It's one of the things I regret, and I've always said if I ever see them anywhere, which I haven't. Yeah. If I ever see them anywhere, I'm going to buy them back again. Like I will buy them and get the collection back because I used to have Zed. Remember, Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's cool.
Right, and his action figure for Zed was on a skateboard, and he used to press a button at the back, and his pants would drop, and he had like bright love heart boxer shorts on.
Right, okay.
Tackleberry used to do a thing, and he'd I think his jaw used to drop, and his gun would come up.
Of course, his gun would pop
up. The Michael Winslow character came with a little tiny bullhorn that used to make sounds. I had Hightower. You had what was Steve Guttenberg's character?
Mahoney.
I had Mahoney. I had a bunch of them.
Damn,
I had a bunch of them, man. They were fantastic.
Damn.
And that was way before I ever actually got into comics. The comics that Mum would pick up on the odd occasion for me if I showed interest in them would be Police Academy and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Archie series. Yeah, so it was either Archie or Marvel bought out. I'm going to have to see if any of those are available anywhere, those Police Academy comics.
Damn.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, putting end of the show. We hope you've enjoyed this tonight. We've given you some information and some laughs and stuff like that.
Some of the comments on YouTube and Facebook. On YouTube from Slipstream, like the look of it. It reminds me of A Million Ways to Die in the West. Yeah, Miracle Workers Oregon Trail. It does look like A Million Ways to Die in the West.
Scott said Michelle Borth fired from Shazam. Grace Fulton will be playing both roles, Mary Marvel and Mary Bloomfield. Thank you for that update,
so
Scott.
the actress that played Mary Marvel, the costumed actress, right, she got cancelled.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bum bum bum.
Well, there you go. But they've been trying to explain it away as though she's old enough to now be her, prime self.
Yeah.
So hey.
I just want to quickly plug this before we go. The first Future State graphic novel is it's called Future State: The Next Batman. Now, it's not just about the next Batman. It also has Future State Nightwing 1 and 2 and Future State Detective, a couple of issues in there, which has also got the backup stories, Batgirl, Grifter, The Outsiders, Gotham City Sirens, and the Arkham Knights. That's all there in one beautiful, big, fat graphic novel called Future State: The Next Batman. That is now available at Kaboom, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com, your local comic book shop and the home of Geek Speak Live. There you go. Make sure you head along, support your local comic shop. And even if we're not your local comic, well, we could be because we're online 24/7 at that address.
It'll arrive right in your mailbox.
But no matter where you are around the world, make sure you support your local comic book shop.
Yeah.
There you go. Anything else, Ginge?
That's about it for this week. If you so inclined want to watch a movie this weekend, it's 30 years since The Rocketeer was released.
There you go. That's what you'll be doing on the weekend with the lovely Mel.
Exactly.
I don't know what Denny and I are going to watch.
The Rocketeer.
Okay, maybe. Okay, settle down.
I found out why it didn't make too much money.
Why?
Because it opened the exact same day Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves came out.
Oh,
and you're like, well,
I would have gone to see Robin Hood as well, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, and then a couple of weeks later, a little known movie. I don't know if you've ever heard of this, Terminator 2.
So it was sandwiched in between.
Oh, it kind of just went, yeah. Oh shit, no, I can't. Yeah.
That explains an awful lot, though, doesn't
it?
So do yourself a favour. 30 years?
30 years.
30 years. Do yourself a favour. Go along and watch The Rocketeer. It is streaming, I believe, on different multiple channels.
Disney Plus has
Disney Plus has it. I know what I'll be watching tonight. The inside of my eyelids. I'm tired. It's been a long week. Thank you, my co-hostess with the mostest, Mr. Wade Compson.
Wade Compson on the pots and pans. Thank you very much for tuning in once again.
It's always lovely podcasting with you.
And it's also lovely podcasting with you.
You at home. Yeah, you. I'm looking right at you. Yeah, put it down. Smile, wave. Yeah. I'm your host, Tom Bailey. You've been watching Geek Speak Live. We'll see you in about 2 weeks' time, folks. Make sure you pop it in your calendar. In the meantime, stay geeky.
Bye.
Bye-bye.